Thanks for coming. You all have a lot of choices in what you could do with a Saturday afternoon. You could be TikToking, you could be doom scrolling, you could be playing pickleball, you could be sitting on a couch at home with your slippers on with the people that you love. But if I asked you, why are you here? You would probably tell me that you're here for the people that you love. I know I am. As we were walking in today, my 4-year-old, she says, "What are we even doing here?" Which is a great question for someone who should be napping. A couple weeks ago, my son asked me a different type of question. He said, "Daddy, what do we do if the ice comes south?" And I was hoping he was talking about the weather. He was not. And so I took a beat and I kneeled down and I said, "Thanks for asking. But if someone comes up to you and asks anything, you just say your name, that you're a second grader, and that you are a Minnesotan." My name is Dr. Krish Subrahmanian. You go by Krish. I'm a former special education teacher who's turned into a pediatrician. August 27th at 8:52, I was in the county hospital, and I got a page. And it said words you'd never want to see. Pediatric mass casualty. Now, in that moment, I'm recalling so many times where I've seen the lives and the potential of young people mitigated, cut down by senseless acts. But I've lived a blessed life. I've lived an American dream. And in my career, I've seen the ways that neighbors, communities, and heroes come together to bring hope and to bring healing. As a pediatrician in Southern Africa, in South Dakota, and here in Minneapolis, I've seen miracles happen when we invest in public health, in science, and in the relationship between providers and patients. As a flight surgeon in the Air National Guard, and my chief is right there, I've seen young people put service before self. They've taken an oath to defend the Constitution, and they're always deserving of leadership worthy of their sacrifice. And as the chief medical officer at our county's Medicaid plan, I've seen civil servants, government workers working so hard to ensure that their neighbors, the most vulnerable neighbors, have health care access, while simultaneously pointing out fraud, waste, and abuse. If there was ever a time when we needed community, when we needed neighbors, when we needed heroes, it's right now. We know that medicine and science are under attack. I mean, it's Tylenol, vaccines, food pyramid, the food pyramid. Medicaid is under attack. Medicaid is not just insurance for that person over there. Medicaid covers 20% of Minnesotans, and it is the lifeblood of so many clinics and hospitals in this community. The constitutional rights of our neighbors are under threat. The First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Sixth Amendment. And let's just be very clear. A constitutional threat to any of our neighbors is a constitutional threat to all of us. Woo! But what's most at risk is our ability to come together, to solve problems together. In the military, in a hospital, no one much cares whether you wear an R or a D after your name. They care if you can heal the child, if you can solve the problem, if you can accomplish the mission. And folks, we have work to do. We have missions to accomplish as a community, as a state, as a country. And so, with neighbors, teachers, students, patients on my heart, with my family and my friends, on my heart, I say to you today that I am a candidate for the Minnesota State Senate. So it's a good time to ask, why are you doing this and why now? And I got two reasons for you. One, for the residents of SD 49, and one for me. And so to the residents of SD 49, I'll say, we don't know what the next big issue or crisis will be. It could be a pandemic. It could be the relationship between state and federal government. It could be educational cuts. It could be a recession. I feel so blessed to have lived experience in all those domains. I feel so blessed to have had problem-solving experience in those spaces and places. And now, my selfish reason. I need my kids in this critical moment to know that this is their democracy and that is not easy. You have to step up. You have to fight. You cannot take it for granted. And in this moment, I do want to say thank you to all the candidates running for this seat. It is not an easy time to run, and I feel it's such a privilege to engage in conversation during the most critical moment in the most critical place for our democracy. Now, this campaign is going to revolve around two big questions. The first question is the policy or question in front of us good for young people and their families? Does it make things more affordable? Does it make things safer? Does it make things cleaner? Kids cannot vote. And yet they're so much of the reason we move to a place like this. So much of the reason we make our investments. And when we sort of mind shift in that way, we stop thinking about questions in 2-year and 4-year political cycles. We start to think about generational investments. How do we invest in education? How do we invest in the environment, in infrastructure? We start to question, what does it mean for AI and labor, for technology in schools, for online gambling, technologies that didn't exist a few years ago that now affect our kids every day? The second big question, in my mind, is what does this policy do for our government, for our democracy, and for this village that we're all trying to build? My first job out of college, I worked at a camp for children with blood diseases. It was founded by Paul Newman. And we were very intentional that every child who walked through those doors would feel safe, respected, and loved. I want to bring a little bit of that to politics. In this campaign, we're going to invite people in. We're going to break bread. We're going to have conversations. We're going to agree, and we're going to disagree. This is not an abdication of our values. No, we will stand up for the equality of opportunity and our rights. But as Dr. King said, hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I'm not naive. The Minnesota State Senate is divided right down the middle. The Minnesota House is divided right down the middle. And when stakes are that high, things can get tough. I know that. But I have a question for you all. Are we going to cede our politics to fearmongers and cynics?
No.
Are we going to cede our politics to fearmongers and cynics?
No.
Are we going to cede our politics to chatbots and to despots?
No.
No, I stand with you and I say no. Because my parents, they moved to this country and to this community so that their kids could have a chance. And it has made all the difference. And so I want my children to identify as Minnesotan. Not because of the lakes, because of the ice fishing, not because of the Twins and the Timberwolves and the Vikings, though I love them. It's because of the people. It's the neighbors that broke bread with us on those first days when we were new and uncertain. It is the folks who will shovel your driveway and help you when your wheels are spinning. It is the faith-based organizations, the community-based organizations that have always welcomed newcomers, strangers, and refugees. It is the nurses who will run into the hospital on their day off if there is a tragedy. It's the teachers who will stay long past the bell to help that child read. It is the organizers. It's the food deliverers. It is the neighbors who will stand out in the freezing cold day after day for people that they will never meet. And it is for those servant leaders, the Hortmans, the Prettys, the Goods, who will lay down their lives that a government by the people and for the people shall not perish. And it's for folks like you who would spend a Saturday afternoon to try to make that democracy work. And so, when they come and they ask me, I will say, my name is Krish. I'm in the 20th grade. And I am so, so proud to be a Minnesotan. Thank you all so much for being here.